Hello. Oh, how's it going? Whew. It was touch and go there for a second, but we made it. Had a couple things left to do before the show. Had an extra long to-do list this year. Had to check my list, check it twice. It's one of the good lessons that I learned from Santa Claus. Other ones include, always be generous, bring joy to the world, eat as many cookies as you can find. You know, I miss him. We all miss him. So, it's so good to be together, to celebrate love, to celebrate laughter. So, you know what? Let's celebrate the life of jolly old St. Nicholas with a Wugaboo. Now, to be honest, I actually won't have to miss him all that much. On his deathbed, he made me promise that he would make it to this show one way or the other. So, to honor him, here is Santa Claus. So yeah, if you didn't believe the headlines, here's all the proof you need. Santa Claus, the king of the magical mythos, has passed away. The cause? Climate change. All around the world, the holidays are a little less jolly this year for all of his creatures. But I know that that's not what he would want for us. He wouldn't want his name to sow sadness around the world, and he would not want to die in vain. So if you want to emulate Santa Claus, live up to his model, fill the world with his spirit, then look to his life. He was hardworking. He got so many gifts under millions of trees every year. Believe in your vision for good and work hard for it. He was generous. He trained the Salvation Army for decades to stand outside and ring bells for charity. Support your neighbors when they need help. He was vengeful. He put pricks on the naughty list and gave them coal. Join a local climate strike, vote for the candidate who focuses most on this crisis, and oppose the corporations who sacrificed your future for their profit. They killed Santa. But for now, it's time to introduce what we have going on for you today. In addition to our normal excellent guests, we've got some goodbye videos coming up for our dearly departed, and we have got a particularly divine co-host. But in addition to all that, it is our honor and privilege to be exclusively broadcasting the last will and testament of Santa Claus. That's right, this is something that nobody else has seen yet. Santa insisted that his will be broadcast publicly the first time it was viewed, and so we're going to be doing that today. Who is going to take home the fortune of Claus? But first, it's time to introduce my co-host. You know I like a little company on stage. She is a new friend of mine, a longtime friend of his. She can fly and she knows it. She is the celestial guardian of spheres. She's Archangel Judiel! Hello, welcome. Nice to see you. Hey, thanks for coming.
It's an honor.
Please, have a seat. Thank you for being here.
It's your honor.
So, talk to me about how you actually got here, because you definitely just appeared out of thin air.
I don't know if you know this, Cameron, but I am an angel.
Right, indeed.
From heaven. Maybe you've heard of it. So I have heavenly powers.
So teleportation or some
One
like
of them.
multiple dimensions, something like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
That is fair, probably not. Well, tell me, how do you know Santa Claus? I know that you guys knew each other for like possibly hundreds, thousands of years.
Yeah, well, me and Jesus. So we sometimes go and visit him. I'm the angel of celestial spheres, so anything spherical, you know, ornaments, spherical people.
Right.
Santa.
Well, like, so I'd imagine that you actually probably had a lot of contact with Santa. That, like, you know, so you know Jesus.
Do I know Jesus? So cute. You humans.
Yeah.
Could you have made this casting couch a little more comfortable?
Get
it?
Yeah.
Because you're sinners.
Right. Can we get you anything else to be more comfortable?
A beverage? Do you have anything to drink?
Sure, yes, thank you. We might be able to hook you up with something there.
How about something with a stem? I'm an angel from heaven.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, cheers to angels from heaven.
Cheers to me, yay! And Santa. Just kidding.
Yeah, so how often do you make it down here to this non-celestial plane? I mean, I can't imagine.
Oh, I actually haven't been here for a while. Yeah, it smells different than I remember.
Really? Can you just, what does it smell like?
I mean, you'd know, right?
I guess I would.
It's like a musky kind of pig-like smell. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess a lot of fleshy bodies. Now, what I'm seeing here, you look kind of human. Is this just like, is this actually you, or am I seeing something that's
No,
just...
I found this girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just picked it up. I mean, it's okay.
So, like a live person?
My vessel. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a human.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's interesting. I mean, like
Yeah.
buttholes, right?
Right. Welcome to the life. And Santa lived a life as a human for 1,000 years, but I only recently realized he's a magical being. Maybe, did he have a vessel?
Well, I know you called him a king earlier. There's only one king, and it's God. So
Right.
Santa's great. Santa's fun. I actually passed him on the way here. He's still at the gates. It's just taking a little bit paperwork, you know. You know
Wow,
how it is.
even a magical being like Santa has to
Semi-magical, yeah.
semi-magical. Well, for this semi-magical being, we've got a lot of fun things to celebrate his life today, and so we've actually got some videos by friends of his, some friends of the show that wanted to say goodbye to Santa Claus. So let's actually check out our first goodbye video to Santa.
Santa, I've been crying so much since you died. My tears turned to icicles and they caused so much property damage. I owe the city so much money. I don't even care. I just want you back. Just come back, Santa. Just please, come back.
Better not pout, better not cry. I'm gonna tell you why your brother's gonna die. Kevin, close your Santa now. Fuck! God damn it, Santa! How dare you leave me here in this godforsaken icy wasteland with all your small men making presents for smaller children? I didn't ask for this. Mom always wanted me to be a Santa Claus. But I was always too drunk or too abrasive for the children. What children's like drunk, abrasive people? They grow up to be them all the goddamn time. Come back. I don't want to do your stupid fucking job. Sit here forever. Oh, my Christmas.
So obviously Santa was a very popular guy, so we've got a whole lot of other goodbye videos from friends of his, friends of the show, so we'll have some more of those later. You know, I think the big thing that I'm wondering as we watch some of these videos is it one of these people that are going to take home the fortune?
Oh, That's a good point, Cameron. There are a lot of greedy little sinners out there trying to snatch onto Santa's fortune.
I mean, you know, it could potentially be a huge sum of money. I actually don't know, but I assume he's like totally loaded.
Oh, money, power, magic. It's all part of Santa's deal. It's his image.
Wait, I hadn't even considered that. Does his power potentially come with his fortune?
Well, it doesn't go up with him to heaven.
I guess we're gonna
I
see.
won't say, yeah.
Well, but we will be broadcasting exclusively that last will and testament of Santa, so stick around to find out. But first, I am excited to introduce another former co-host of the Wugaboo, a friend of Santa's who is here to do a eulogy for him. Welcome back to the Wugaboo, Freddy the Yeti! Hey,
Hello.
nice to see you. It's been a while.
Oh, yes, it has. Thank you for having me.
Judiel, Freddy.
Hello. Sure.
I don't know. You guys are both magical creatures. I'm not sure if that's like a too general. Maybe you have met, maybe you have not.
We haven't.
Very
And,
different,
yeah,
very different magic.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
all
I
right.
wouldn't say we get along.
No. I have heard of the abomination snowman.
Yeah.
But
Oh, hilarious. Yeah.
Right. Well, but you know, here it's a time to come together, right, around someone we loved, Santa Claus. I'm sure that the Yeti community is really having a hard time. I know Santa was close with.
Everyone is distraught.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we are distraught, angry, confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
animals.
Cool. Very good.
I can assume
Very
that in heaven, similarly, there's some sort of commotion around this.
Well, it's actually pretty heavenly. I mean, you'll know when you get there, maybe.
Right. Well,
Nauseating.
Freddy, let's hear this. We've heard you've got a pretty nice eulogy.
Yeah,
prepared.
I prepared a few words for my close friend. Should I sit? Should I stand? Should I stay where I am?
Do whatever works for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just stay here in case I fall from emotion.
Yeah. Right.
I never thought I'd get to a holiday season where I didn't feel festive, you know? Anyone who knows me and who knew Santa will tell you the only person who loved this time of year more than me was my close friend Santa Claus. When we first met, I was trying to kidnap, kill, and devour enough of his elves to make a throne for myself made completely out of their bones. And when he found out, he didn't get angry. He didn't seek revenge. He just came to the front hole of my cave with 2 perfectly prepared steaks, offering friendship and love. He introduced me to pre-killed food. I introduced him to the concept of DVDs. Even last year, I gave him a copy of The Matrix, the 1999 Wachowski brothers classic,
Right.
that not only put them on the map as filmmakers, but brought Santa and I closer together.
Right.
I can't believe he's gone. I don't know who's going to deliver the gifts to all these children. I don't even know who could venture to fill those shoes. I don't, all I can say is that you need to hold your loved ones close this year because you don't know when they'll be ripped away from you. And now I'll never get to show him The Matrix Reloaded. I'll never get to show him The Matrix Revolutions. And I'll never get to show him The Animatrix, the 2003 Japanese-American film produced by the Wachowski brothers.
Right.
This year, on the 25th, billions of people will wake up and enjoy their Christmas morning. But all I'll have left is Christmas morning, with a U after the O.
Wow. Thank you.
In nomine Patri et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Arrivederci, my friend.
Arrivederci.
Another thing you may not have known about Santa is the ancient magics he employed were the last line of defense between a bloodthirsty race of Yetis and the human race. So, yeah, I know. So I prepared a short presentation about how best to avoid a bloodthirsty Yeti attack in your future, which will almost certainly happen.
All right, so we've got some public safety
Yes.
coming from Freddy the Yeti.
I thought the best way to
Okay.
honor Santa is to help those that he cared about the most. human beings.
And you've got a PowerPoint and everything.
I do. I prepared
All
a
right.
presentation. I really, this means a lot to me, and I care about this topic very dearly.
All right. Ready to take it away.
Now, you might be asking, why would a Yeti want to teach everyday people about how to avoid being devoured by a Yeti? Is it possible that he's going to misinform us so that we're easier prey for him in the future? Both of those are great questions. Now let's move on to some misconceptions about Yetis. Number 1, is Yeti the same as an abominable snowman? No, I am not an abominable snowman. 1, it's factually untrue. I am not made of snow. Number 2, that's offensive to regular snowmen. And number 3, the word abominable is disrespectful. Misconception number 2, Yetis only speak in growls, grunts, and roars. My existence is evidence to the contrary. How dare you? Number 3, Yetis don't know how to love and have no capacity to love. I have been married twice. I loved both the women I was married to. Their deaths are of natural causes. And who are you to tell me how I feel? Now let's move to the safety portion of my presentation, Cameron.
Okay. Anything?
Your first instinct might be to get a weapon and come at the Yeti head on. I urge you to reconsider. Don't even think about it. A Yeti's skin is as thick as a bulletproof vest. Your second instinct may be to trap the Yeti to keep him from devouring you whole. Another bad move, idiot. You would look pretty stupid for trying to trap a Yeti. Yetis are much, 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 much smarter than you. So what do you do? What are your options? You have to make yourself repulsive to Yetis so they won't want to devour you. Right? That makes sense, Cameron, doesn't it?
Are you okay?
I'm fine!
Okay.
I'm fine! How to make your flesh repulsive to Yetis. Step 1, pat yourself dry on all sides. 2, sprinkle salt all over your body. When you're looking for the right kind of salt, you might be tempted to use iodized salt, but reconsider. Flake salt is much better and will have much less of a chance of overpowering the dish. I mean, protecting you. Grind fresh black pepper onto your body and allow your flesh to rest until room temperature. Alternatively, apply to your flesh acidic liquid, which will break down the muscle fibers and protect you better. Oil and other flavorings such as sweeteners, herbs, and spices. This anti-Yeti juice can be sweet and salty, Italian, barbecue, teriyaki.
Right. So we are getting knowledge and schooling here from our friend Freddy the Yeti.
And when you get that on, you just want to lay down, supine, don't move. I won't touch you, I promise.
Clearly had no idea that such issues were coming down the pike because of the death of Santa.
Oh,
but
didn't you?
Today we are learning, and hey, we're gonna cut back tomorrow some more goodbye videos. Let's say who loves Santa. I will be right back.
This is a tribute to the one and only Santa Claus. May he rest in peace.
Santa, even though you're dead, your spirit will live on through the magic of Christmas. It's not easy being sick and microscopic during the holidays, but your soul will give me the strength.
And we are back to the Wugaboo.
Oh my gosh.
I am surprised how scared I felt. I've worked with him before. That vibe was very different.
Yeah, that's because he's a demon. He's not of God's children.
Interesting. Well, you know what? I am excited to bring out another human, somebody who will hopefully be benefiting from the safety tips that we got from Freddy. Somebody that also Santa was an enormous fan of. In the last few months of his life, actually, Santa was following our next guest really closely through his Twitch stream. Let's talk about it with him. Let's welcome Melon.
Hey. Hey,
Good to
how's
see
it
you,
going?
sir.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, Melon, welcome to the Wugaboo, my friend.
Hey there, it's good to be here.
Yeah. And so, like all of our guests, we ask that you, paying your respects to our dearly
That's
beloved,
Santa.
our dearly departed.
Miss him so.
Yeah, right? And trust me, he was an enormous fan of yours. I actually, witnessed a couple times I tried to get him to meet me out to do things, go have a drink or whatever, and he was just helplessly addicted to your Twitch stream.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I remember he'd come in to stream every now and then and chat it up, and I usually do puzzle games on my streams. And I never knew he was such an intellectual,
Yeah.
Because puzzles are really sort of the smart man's video game, So
Interesting.
It's important for us to coalesce where we can, and to know that Santa's one of us is
As
really
Santa the
touches me.
intellectual, today I learned. So I know that you play puzzle games on Twitch. You obviously wear a lot of green. So
it's an aesthetic. It's a personality type.
And you're also an animator.
I am.
So please tell a little bit about kind of your synopsis.
I run a small independent studio, Jet Set Melon Drop Productions. We are based in Philadelphia. We have 5 different offices throughout here in Canada.
Amazing.
On the East Coast and West Coast. And I've been doing animation for, I guess it's almost been a decade now.
Wow.
Professionally.
Cool.
But it's absolutely fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic work, and it's really a great expression of art.
And so obviously animation mirrors real life and culture, and so one thing I'm interested to hear your take on and your thoughts about are how Santa has either influenced you or influenced a lot of the animation and the art that you've seen, loved, created.
Of course, there's many famous Christmas animations,
Sure.
the Peanuts animation from back in the day.
Right.
The old
The
stop
claymation
motion
stuff.
claymation.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, those things, having been a child, I've of course embraced and taken, as some sort of inspiration, I'm sure. But I actually grew up in Minnesota. So
Cold.
kind of a cold, wintry place. It is what it is.
Interesting.
I've always been a fan of snow, and I'm actually working on a project right now that takes place mostly in Minnesota in terms of setting.
Right.
And it's very much a Christmas time kind of series.
Cool.
Now it's a zombie flick, it's horror, it's very much like a dark, almost macabre kind of take on it.
Interesting.
But it is
Zombie Christmas.
Yeah, it's a fascinating take on it, but
Sounds
it's
kind of blasphemous. I mean, but okay.
art can be subjective.
It can.
But
I mean, Judiel, do you guys have access to or care about in heaven some of the content that we watch? Are there Christmas specials that Jesus is a fan of?
I mean,
or-
let's put it this way. Do you pay attention to what ants do in their spare time?
Some people do, but not
Some.
most.
And they're the weird ones, the weird angels. You know who I'm talking about, Ariel.
So I know, Melon, that a big influence for you, something you're a fan of, is anime, right?
absolutely, yeah.
And Japanese culture generally. And one thing that I am super ignorant about is how folks over in Japan integrate Christmas into their life or into
that's
their art.
a really interesting topic. I actually lived in Japan for 2 years.
Oh.
I have family over there.
Cool.
And I did get some training from my uncle, who was also an animator.
Oh, nice.
In Tokyo. The interesting thing about Japan is obviously they aren't a Christian native society. It was sort of adopted over time. But it is their main religion now. So Christmas, it's not how we run it as a religious thing. More so it's like a holiday, almost like Thanksgiving or something. It's just a reason to get close to family and, give presents and just
Right.
enjoy the winter season itself.
Right.
So it's more celebratory.
Yeah, so that's all very interesting. How does Jesus feel about those more secular Christmas celebrations and pieces of art that aren't quite as religious?
So as long as there's some sort of sacrifice, as long as there's some sort of fire started, God's happy. Honestly, it's
Interesting. That's a lot more permissive than I expected, but that's great. That's great. So can you give us a little preview? We're excited to see the project that takes place in Minnesota.
I have plans to release a trailer in a couple months.
Hey, exciting.
So there will be a teaser
Great.
come January. However, if you want to get more information on the projects, you can go to jetsetmelondrop.com or jsmdpro.com. Check out all the projects we have there. I'm directing a few.
Awesome.
We have live action film, we have comics. It's not just animation, and it's just a nice little smattering of different mediums and designs, and I hope you guys can check it out.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Melon. Please go ahead and check out Melon's work at jetsetmelondrop.com. And I think let's check out a couple more goodbye videos giving homage to our dear departed Santa Claus.
Santa, I cried all night. Absolutely, I cried all night. It was very sad when you died. But I feel like the people at home should know that Tony MaGuire makes toys year-round for the best children. You can get them. TonyMaguire.com. It's not active yet, but it will be active. TonyMaguire.com. Best toys this holiday season.
Santa! Your death has made this the best Christmas ever! Finally, your obese stomach has become emaciated, your rosy cheeks have turned to rotting flesh, and that twinkle in your stupid fucking eye has been snuffed out. This is a Christmas miracle that I, Rainbow Sprinkles the Elf, have been waiting for centuries! But that doesn't mean I'm done with you yet. No! I'm gonna perform a traditional elven jig upon your grave, and then I'm gonna drop a steamy Yuletide log in your Kringle coffin. I'll be right there. I gotta go. I'm meeting your wife for eggnog under the Aurora Borealis, and then she's going to pose nude for me as I carve an ice sculpture of her perfect body.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Wugaboo. I feel like I am learning a lot today. I'm learning about Christmas in other cultures. I'm learning a lot about heaven, those secrets that Santa may or may not have had. This is a day for me.
Another secret most people don't know, God gave Santa a tail.
Just like hidden in his pants?
Just a small one, yeah.
Fascinating. Huh.
Pretty gross, honestly.
Well, and I guess that we will be finding out soon in the last will and testament if somebody will be taking the throne of Santa, if they will be taking home the fortune of Santa. I guess we're realizing it could really be anything, so we're going to find out soon. But first, I want to welcome Michael Yazujian and Johnny Price to be singing and playing Blue Christmas.
This song is dedicated to Santa Claus. We miss you, Santa. Blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't mean a thing if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when that blue heartache starts hurting, you'll be doing alright with with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue, blue Christmas.
Come back, Santa.
And a blue Christmas it is indeed. That was lovely. Thank you guys.
Very appropriate.
Right? You know, it's a sad time, but we're going to get through it together. The Christmas spirit will prevail. And, you know, maybe the power of Christmas will somehow stay in this world.
God willing.
Exactly.
Who is gonna get the inheritance?
I think that it might be time for us to be moving on to the last will and testament. We've been waiting for this. This is a big moment. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't? Do you?
I mean, I have a pretty good idea. If I was a betting angel, you know that sinful thing you guys do?
Right.
My cards would be on Jack Frost, for sure.
All right, Jack Frost is the guest here. I'm gonna, let's see. I'm going with Melon. I'm going with Melon. That's my money's on Melon. So, let's see. Let's cut to the last will and testament of Santa Claus.
All right. So, first time playing this game. Went okay. So I looked it up. You gotta get a gun. So I'm going to do that. Well, actually, these people are dancing over here. These people are just dancing over here. I'm all about this. I want to dance. How do I dance? How do I dance? I see a lot of the elves play this game a lot, too. I can see well. You know, it makes sense. You know, elves, naturally violent. Oh, I did it. I murdered somebody. You know, I've been playing this game for like 8 hours straight now. I don't know why. I haven't stopped. I'm not hungry or tired. And I'm starting to think I may or may not be able to feel pain either. And there was a lot I had to do. I have a lot of responsibilities today. There was so much I had to do. Keep getting pestered by my lawyer to make that last will and testament. I'm sorry Santa killed you. I'm just going to assume you were naughty. Yeah, I'm just assuming you're on the naughty list. Everyone who shoots at Santa's on the naughty list. Everyone who throws rocks at Santa's on the naughty list. Everyone who puts poop in their chimney is on the naughty list. This guy's got a lightsaber too. No, 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 no. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. This is not how this works. Oh my gosh. Super Foxy 69. Put that on the naughty list. You know, this game is turning me into a very violent person, you know, especially because I've been playing it for I want to say a few days now, a few days straight. Again, haven't slept, don't need to sleep. Don't need to. Realize I'm magic and I can choose not to sleep. When do kids get so vengeful? Kids should be doing nice things like playing cartoons and chewing bubble gum. They should not be playing this kind of murderous game where, what is this? Oh, you can do this. You know, sometimes Santa's really good at stuff like that. You know, it helps being magical, you know, that sometimes that stuff just helps. You just need inherent Santa power. That's really all sometimes. And you need to play it for a couple days straight. Just solid. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Don't ever sleep. Not when you're on, not when you need to win. Not when you need to win like that. I don't own anything. You know, you think being Santa and being this magical, I would have an exorbitant amount of wealth, but I actually don't. You know, I don't get paid for doing what I do. And everything is donation, and my payment is usually just cookies. Oh, and flat milk, you know, like really, really gross milk that's been sitting out for a couple hours. It's not like this. That's why I hate this game. This game is nerve-wracking.
Wait, yo, is that all we
God.
got? What are we gonna do?
Me? You're on your own. There's no will. There's no money.
The estate lawyers of Jingle and Bells. Jingle and Bells. Looking for the estate lawyers
Come
of
here,
Jingle
come
and
here,
Bells.
come here, come here. We
is
don't
so
have
bad.
anything else? We done?
It says here that you have been naughty, you have been nice. Unfortunately,
So delightful,
that's it.
and since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the snow. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying.